All right, man. I seen Bruce Vane do a video, man. I just read the title. I'm gonna watch it after I do this video, where he talked about Shakur Stevenson and rocking a hard place, either trying to entertain or just secure the win. And a lot of this Tom and Jerry thing is pointed at him, moving around the comments Turkey made, and then he pulled his offer back, and then he brought the offer back there. In the beginning of the video, I tried to put Zepeda training. He ain't even like he training for the right thing. You fight a guy like Shakur Stevenson, you better be working on jabs. Don't just work on combinations. Work on jabs. Work on your balance. Too much time. Zepeda got too much weight on the front foot. The weight should be in the center, and he shouldn't be so heavy foot, or necessarily have so much weight over have so much weight over the front foot. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't here to talk about him per se. But that's what it is. They're trying to deter guys from fighting their true styles. And they're trying to play God in boxing. And, I was talking to Tom the other day. He was trying to say this is probably Dana White's doing. Some people believe this is Canelo's doing before the Bud fight. You know what I'm saying? And how I look at it as Shakur should have knew when he put that on. I'm going to say this about Shakur Stevenson. He should have knew that they wasn't on his side when they let Zepeda duck him, lie about having a child, but he still fought. Then did a card for the Latinos, put him on that card. Then allow him to fight Tevin Farmer. Then they pulled the money from Shakur Stevenson, saying nobody, really wanted to see the fight no more. Or you ran around the ring versus Pat. Whatever they said about the Padley fight wasn't entertaining. A lot of people don't pay attention to the signs. Sometimes you think you're paying attention to the signs and there ain't no signs, but in this situation, he clearly in a position to get robbed in this fight. I said it in the beginning. He clearly in position. They want to make the ring smaller, right? They hid the guy from him for several fights. Gave the guy a card with the Latinos card, and y'all got to see for what it is, bruh. I don't know why black people's mind stops that they think all white people hate black people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they feel that way when that's not true. It's some white people you'll meet that'll help you more than the black person. But I say not even make that point. Hatred don't stop and end with white people, or jealousy or envy, or you want to use a softer word. It don't. You got to understand, a lot of them people in the Middle East, y'all know how close the Middle East is to Africa. You know what I'm saying? So, I when he come in moving how he moving, I just see through it. I see through Turkey Al-Sheikh. He ain't y'all boy. He gonna come in and what does boxing? Who did Al Heyman cater to when he came into boxing? And I'm gonna give y'all the cater scale. He catered to Mexicans. That was his mind frame. A lot of the first fighters he got was black. Berto, Jacobs. A lot of them was black. But the rule of thumb is when you come in boxing, you control the Mexicans, you control the market. You'd think they created the sport. No, I think the sport was created in the UK. Sorry I didn't have my coffee this morning. Shit, they worked the shit out of me today. or is. So you look at it from that standpoint of view, right? Um, so when you look at the hierarchy of boxing, right, as far as who to cater to, all right, let me explain this to you. Who to cater to? In America, it's white people. Um, they say they make up the predominant race, whatever in America. Other than that, why it's so important if you could find a white athlete, Cooper Flag or Larry Bird, American athlete, Conor McGregor's the exception, is because it's rare. Anything that's rare, if they make only 10 pair of shattered Jordan 1 shattered backboards, it's going to increase the value. So when you don't have a great white superstar in sports, golf, female golf, male golf, same thing for basketball. There really ain't one other than Caitlin Clark. So when you kind of start going down tennis and it's Coco Golf in America, when you start to go down that scale, that's why it's so rare. And then it's the Mexicans. And they make it seem like the Mexicans are so important to the sport of boxing. The two biggest boxing dates, which Al Heyman and Floyd fed into, were Mexican Independence Day and Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo, Mexican Independence Day. So they brainwash you to believe that, but to be honest, and they may say, "Or Mexicans support Mexicans financially, white supports whites financially." Blacks are always trying to get over, and we had that conversation on the Free Game 89 channel about tipping. The majority of people who are vocal on the internet seem to be black people. I seen the study that the Shade Room did that even though I think black women make up 7.5% of the population in America, they are the highest users on the internet. They use the internet the most. Their user rate. So of course, when you hear people that have no shame, the most of them are black people on the internet saying, "I will or won't tip," or "I will or won't stream." It's not from a principle standpoint of view where I won't tempt the waiter because it was bad service, or it's or like how I say I won't stream because the sport is not giving us what we want on a consistent basis. If they did, and when they did, I bought pay-per-views. It's not being contingent on my decision is not contingent on being broke or being poor or not. No, it's contingent on the product itself. Some people's is contingent on if it's free, I'm gonna watch it. I ain't supporting this shit. If you came to work to be a tipper, to be a waiter, and you living on tips, you only making $4 or $5. That's your fault. You shouldn't have did that. And like I said, what's 5, 10, $20, depending where you go extra. If you're planning off that, it is what it is. But that's why, that's why they treat the black dollar the way they treat it, is because black people don't support black people. And when they do, they're always trying to get over. They come into your shop, they want a discount, they want a deal. And one thing I do when I go, I fuck with my black boutiques and my people. I want to support your business. So I want to buy things. I don't want a discount. I want to support you. But Shakur Stevenson is the beginning of this new thing of Turkey's influence, over judges, over the perception of boxing, over rescoring boxing. He's on upset alert. He's on upset alert. He's on robbery alert. He know this. He know this. Last fight on Matchroom, he on robbery alert. And it is messed up that now you can't, you got to fight one style or you got to come forward. And like I said, the boxing has become the participation trophy. Is the participation trophy disease has gotten to boxing. If you're too good, you can't play, or you got to play up. If you're too good, we got to even the playing field. You can't do this, or you can't do, you bat right-handed, you got to bat left-handed. So that's what they're doing. The participation trophy disease that's been plaguing America, that's what they doing now. So now if you move, you can't move. We're gonna make the ring smaller. You gotta be stationary. You gotta, and it's just to the point where, you know, when Canelo was running versus Triple G, when Pacquiao ran versus Brandon Rios. And I'm gonna do a Pacquiao Barry Bonds video. I want to do that. Because that Pete Rose and Barry Bonds interview video I did, it sparked some questions. It sparked some questions, right? And I'm gonna point something out. I feel like it's my duty. I'm not gonna do it on Patreon. I'm doing the real channel. But yeah. So now you know you're too good, so you have to tone it down. I told y'all the onus. It's kind of like in the real world where, you know, and I'm gonna talk about K Michelle too. I might be a couple days so I can get to that. Because that's gonna be a lengthy video. That's gonna be on Free Game 89. Hit the link in the description. And join the Patreon too. Where it's always men fault, black man, it's our fault, it's our fault. Same thing in boxing. It's black man fault, you know, because when they do it, it's not a problem. It's celebrated. It's called when we do it. And it's not like all black fighters do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got Hagler, you got guys like Gervonta Davis, you know, you got guys like Jamal Charlo, you got guys like Deontay Wilder, you know, you know, you got guys like Keith Thurman who can come forward to box and move. You know, you got guys like Gary Russell, Gary Russell Jr. I mean, you can go on and on about the different styles and guys who are aggressive. Brian Norman Jr. So, you know, but Shakur know what's up, and I think, you know, knowing where you come from Jersey, I think you're gonna see the best Shakur Stevenson y'all seen so far. So. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.